Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, we will again continue where we left yesterday, so that you get to know Amr very well, inshallah. Now, Amr, Fi3l Amr, has got 6 forms, and those are the forms of Mukhatab. Okay, brothers and sisters, second person. What are they, brothers and sisters? Anta, Antuma, Antum, Anti, Antuma, Antunna. The person who's in front of you, you give an command to him or request. Both are there. Request and command. Okay? And Fi3l Amr is used all the time in du'as. So in du'as, we do not command Allah. We request Allah. We beseech Allah. So we have to understand that imperative means command as well as request. Okay, brothers and sisters? Now, Fi3l Amr is made from Fi3l Mudariya. It means you start from Madi, come to Mudariya. You must know your Mudariya very well in order to know your Amr. You cannot jump from Madi to Amr. Okay. So when we go to Mudariya, we look at the verb. And you will always see, of course, in the beginning, Alamatu Mudariya. Sahi? There is Alamatu Mudariya there. And we will always keep in mind the first radical, second radical, and third radical. Always, always, always. Even in Amr, we will keep that in mind. Okay, brothers and sisters? Now, Taktubu. Okay? In order to make Amr, I don't need Alamatu Mudariya. So I have to remove it. Okay? If I remove that, brothers and sisters, and at the same time, I have to give sukoon here. Sahi? What is the result? There is a result which I cannot pronounce. Are you with me? Can you pronounce this? No. You cannot have in the beginning of a word, Arabic word, a sukoon. You cannot pronounce it. So I got a result which I cannot pronounce. Now how do I get by this difficulty? How do I bypass this difficulty? So I bring Hamza. Okay? I bring Hamza. Now this Hamza, brothers and sisters, is needed in order to pronounce. Okay? Now, what kind of a vowel sign shall I give? So then we learn that if the Ain Kalima is a Dhamma, then you give Dhamma to Hamzatul Wasal. So I give a Dhamma now. What is now? Uktub. If the Ain Kalima is not Dhamma, something else, then we will give Kasra. Remember, we are doing 3-letter verbs. We will give Kasra. That's it, that's the rule. No Fatah. Okay? And remember, it is Hamzatul Wasal. So do not place the sign of Hamzatul Qata on it. It will be wrong to write like this. It will be wrong to write like this, Uktub, or look at it, Ijlis. That is wrong. That is wrong. Because the Hamza of Amr is Hamzatul Wasal. If there is nothing in front of it, we will pronounce it. If there is anything in front of it, then it is written but not pronounced. So if I say to you, I did not put any sign. Now you know, Qara'a, Yaqra'u, Taqra'u, so Amr will be Iqra. Second radical as a Fatha, the Hamza will get a Kasra. So how will you pronounce? Iqra and Waqtu. Are you with me? You cannot say Iqra wa Uktu. No, it's Hamzatul Wasal. Now most of the time, you will not see any vowel sign on Hamzatul Wasal. But sometimes, if you want to pronounce it, then you will only say like this. But you won't put the sign of Hamzatul Qata. That will be wrong. Because once you get used to it, you won't need any vowel signs. You will be able to read without vowel signs. Are you with me, brothers and sisters? So, that is our first form, Uktub. Okay? Now, Tajlisu. What will be the Amr from Tajlisu? We remove Ta. We give a sukoon here. And then it becomes Can you pronounce it? No. So I bring Hamza. Now what vowel sign shall I give? Kasra. Because the Ain Kalima is, second radical is Kasra. Okay? Yeah. Because, Sister Maynas, if you will see the Arabic newspapers, there are no vowel signs. Because once you have enough vocabs in your mind, then your mind will figure out the word in the text. For example, you read Urdu newspaper, are there any vowel signs? How do you know how to read it? Because you know the vocabs, most of them. So you can figure out. So it will be ageless. And Tazhabu, brothers and sisters, I have to give out Ta here. Okay, so it is, now I have to bring Hamza. What vowel sign shall I give? Kasra. That's all. If the Ain Kalima is Dhamma, Hamza of the Amr gets a Dhamma. If it is not Dhamma, it's Kasra. Never Fatah. Are you with me? Now, remember, Fi3l Amr is Mabni, but it is Mabni in the form of being Majzoom. Okay, that is why it ends with a Sukoon. Fine, brothers and sisters. So if it is the first form, or if it is the last form, brothers and sisters, what will you say in describing it? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Sukoon. Are you with me? Are you with me? This is what you will write down if it is the Anta or Antunna. Because in Antunna, brothers and sisters, it will become is habna. Where is the verb? Where is the verb? Is hab. That is your verb. And what is this? This is your file. So in these two cases, you will always describe it like Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Sukoon. And in the rest, what do you see at the end? Noon. And noon, brothers and sisters, we are going to learn, and I will be repeating it many times. When you see the noon in Fi3l Mudari'a, it is the sign that the Fi3l Mudari'a is marfu. The Fi3l Mudari'a is marfu. What is the sign of marfu? What is the sign of marfu in taktubu? Dhamma at the end. Are you with me? Do you see Dhamma at the end? Now it changed into sukun. So Dhamma was the sign that the Fi3l Mudari'a was, or Fi3l Mudari'a is marfu. And the sukun is the sign that the Fi3l Mudari'a is majzoom. But what about these noon? Remember, if you see the noon in Fi3l Mudari'a, then it is marfu. And if you don't see the noon in Fi3l Mudari'a, then either it is majzoom or it is mansoob. But right now we are learning Fi3l Amr, so it is majzoom. I will be explaining you a lot. You will inshallah become expert in this. Now, how do I describe the next one? Sister Muna, one thing. Let us do it. Let's do the whole thing, then you ask me again. How will I describe this now, sister? Are you with me? I drop the noon. Now I have to bring Hamza. And it will still be Are you with me? What's the word now? Uktuba means two of you write. Are you with me? So how will I describe Uktuba? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Hazfi Noon. Hazfi Noon. Did you Hazfi? Hazafa, to drop. Brother? Hazfi means dropping. Brother Abdul Samad, do you see? Hazfi is to drop. Hazafa is the verb. What is the verb, brothers and sisters? To drop. Or to omit. Are you with me? So, Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Hazfi Noon. See, Uktuba is Mabni ala Hazfi Noon. What did you do? You dropped the Noon. Sahi? Now here it will become Uktubu. Are you with me? How will you describe? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Hazfi Noon. And then Uktubi. How will you describe? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Hazfi Noon. Again, the next one. Uktuba, same. Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Hazfi Noon. And then in the end, Uktubna. How will you describe this? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Sukun. Because where is your verb? This is your verb. Sahi? And it ends with a Sukun. Do you see? Now, brothers and sisters, wherever there is a verb, there is a file. Wherever there is a verb, there is a file. So where is the file in Uktub? Mustatir. Mustatir. What will you say? Uktub. How will you describe it? Fi3l Amrin Mabniun ala Sukun. Al-fa'ilu damirun mustatirun Taqdiruhu anta. Taqdiruhu anta. Are you with me? Taqdiruhu anta. Huh? Fine. How will you describe the next one? Uktuba fi'lu amrin mabniun ala adfi nun al-fa'ilu al-alifu. You will say aliful musanna. Alif of musanna. Al-fa'ilu aliful musanna. Are you with me? Now, how will you describe the next one? Uktubu fi'lu amrin mabniun ala hadfi nun al-fa'ilu al-waw. Al-waw jama. You will say waw al-jama. Waw of jama, or you will say waw. Fine. Next one. Uktubi fi'lu amrin mabniun ala hadfi nun al-fa'ilu yaw. Ya. Al-yaw. Al-fa'ilu al-yaw. Okay? Are you with me? Now, how will you say that? Taktuba is same as we did it. Taktubna will become uktubna. Fi'lu amrin mabniun ala sukun. And then fa'il noon. Al-noon. There is little more to be learned in this, which we will learn later on. Whatever we are showing you, it's the surface. Then we got to dive deep into the ocean. But I'm sure, brothers and sisters, you are going to love it when we go in details. You will like it, inshallah. By that time, you will become very strong, inshallah. Sister Maimuna, you had a question, sister? No. No, you know why you are not dropping that noon? Because that noon is a fire. In all these things, that noon was the sign of Rafa. What was it? The sign of it's being marfu. Now you have to get used to Raf, Nasab and Rafa. Because you say in harfu tawkidin wa nasbin. Are you with me? So marfu, the master is raf'un. When you say raf'un means marfu. Nasbun means mansub. And jarrun means majrur. So Sister Maimuna, you got a very good question, because people do get confused here. Remember, these noons, taktubani, taktubuna, taktubina, taktubani, that noon is the sign of fi'l mudari'a being marfu. Now, you drop that noon, then fi'l mudari'a is no longer marfu. Now it is majzoom. Because Amr is majzoom, but it is mabni. Never changes. It will never change. Okay? Now, this is where our division of fi'l mudari'a comes. Yes. No. It's fine. That is why there is little more to be learned. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to say now, because I want to tell you when the time is right. How do you say tazhabna is marfu? How do you say tazhabna is mansub? And how do you say tazhabna is majzoom? I will explain you later on. Because there is something to be said about that. It is not right to go in that much detail. But inshallah, very soon, Sister Maimuna, we will learn how to describe the mabni form. How to describe, if anything is mabni, how do you describe it from the grammar point of view? We have to learn it. And inshallah, we will learn very soon.